And you know, that's the situation, man. Like, in my early years, I probably sound like a broken tape recorder by now, you know. But I've been, you know, it's just like with a situation, like, it's such a massive situation that it's no abrupt changes that could like fix it. So it's like a situation that's like, I mean, words can't describe like how egregious, you know, it is like in whole. Cause like I said, it's like a 23-year long, you know, racial hate kind of crime. You know what I mean? It's not something that I take pleasure in talking about, but it's the reality that my life was turned into. And, you know, just like in my younger days, my toddler, I was like 3 or 4, you know, upon the onset of it, you know, I was already targeted, man. Anybody could put pieces together, man. They could backtrack, see different events and things, and then you could see the connection between it, and then you could see, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you take into consideration, you know what I'm saying, my incarnation, and then see events that follow after that. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, up to the minute details of things throughout the years. And from 94 on, so, you know, you'll see, like, it's a pattern. It's definitely a pattern. It's just when I say backtracking, that's what I'm referring to. Everything. All the way to now. And see, some don't backtrack because they already know the truth. They know the presence of this massive, long-standing hate, you know, racial hate crime and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the situation. And it was pretty much, you know, it was like a situation where some people, when they realized I had a blessing on my life early when I was a baby, it was some people that found out about me, let's say, some kind of way. They seen it, they acknowledged it. They was thinking like, okay, let's let them be free. Let's let them grow up and enjoy life and do whatever the purpose that God got on them. Then it was the other side was saying, no, he cannot be free and enjoy life. He has to be under, you know, strict watching, you know what I'm saying? Because for the simple fact is he's a threat to, you know what I'm saying, the founding fathers of the you know, structures, or, you know what I'm saying, of the like the tangible solid parts of society and things, just because of the blessing of God that was on me. And so it was like a war, you know what I'm saying, pretty much back then. And you see a pattern, like it was a war the whole time. Like, if you pay attention, you'll see it was an underground war going on that whole time in plain sight. Like, you know, kind of like what happens when it be civil war, when you have conflict and things these days in modern time. It was going on back then. But God was like, filling in the blanks, because I was a baby. You feel me? I couldn't defend myself. But it was some people that was already premeditating doing something to me. You know what I'm saying? They was already praying on my life when I was young, at that age, like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they felt like my existence and things and factors I could not control was a threat to the structures and the foundations of the country, of society, because I had that blessing of God on my life. So I guess if people found out about that, then it would change a whole lot of people's ideologies of things, which, you know what I mean, that's not my fault or my problem. You know what I mean? I just exist through the will of the Lord, through the will of God. But just my existence was a problem. So it was people that was there premeditating that situation already in advance. But the problem is, in those years, I had protection. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had some people that cared about me. Or I mean, it's always angels, man. God have angels in the earth. And then you got angels that show concern, and then they care about you. And at that time, that's what I had. It was people that cared about me. And, you know, later on, they get mislabeled in order to kill them and destroy people. So, I mean, it's just been like a pattern, you know. So, it just, for the longest, I've been persecuted by people, places, and things that I never had the resources or the capabilities to defend myself against. But if God does anything, then they punish me on top, you know, for God defending me for something that they did in the first place. That's how the situation is. So they get heavy entities and people involved to like informally persecute you and make your life hell, to drive you into exile behind things that, you know what I mean, I guess they feel as though God stepped in on your behalf, you know, when you otherwise couldn't. And so for that you have to die, or you can't live. You know what I'm saying? And that's been like a pattern, and it's followed it's followed me ever since those days, from like my toddler years, and it followed all the way up, you know what I'm saying, to now. And the thing is, I became personally aware that something was wrong, like, you know what I'm saying, around 2013, 14, you know what I'm saying? But before that point, I was clueless, you know what I'm saying? But anybody who backtrack, you can see events. If you backtrack on the events, though, you'll see, like, from my ages 3 to 4, all the way to my age 8. You feel me? When I was up 8 years old, there was things happen that would direct messages to me. You know what I'm saying? That impacted the trajectory of my success as as a successful person that was artistically inclined, let's say. Yes, I was artistically inclined, and then I had some doors that was open. Well, those doors were, cut like short, you know what I'm saying, at that time. And before that point, I was, like I said, my life was already being preyed on since I was young, but it was like no way possible that it was like a matter of supremacy, unfortunately. And people that felt like, because I was talented. I was blessed by God that I didn't deserve to live in the country. But it was other people that felt like I should. So it was even people that was, it mattered what race. It was people about different races that cared about me. And then they realized what I was being, like those that was preying on me, like supremacists and things like that in those levels. They was already premeditating doing things to me. And some considered it a crime against humanity when they saw what was happening. So maybe some people were spying. It didn't matter, because what they caught was crimes against humanity that was being did to somebody, a child. You know what I'm saying? Secretly, and it was by cults, satanic cults, and people who you know what I'm saying. It was nationalist. It was like a massive thing like that. So that's what it was. Like it wasn't fair for me. I was too young for anything they was doing, but no, it was no mercy anyway, or anybody cared about it. Just that they felt like me just being in the earth with a blessing of God on me was a threat for, all the country, all the lands at that time. And so it was evil premeditated, but because they had, like I say, they had like this, such would be defined as like, because they worked in like the loopholes of society and things, injustices and stuff, so they was able to do whatever it took, just on, off the radar. So it was like it was like people or militias that operate without legal constraints, you feel me, or legal restraints, so they can do whatever they want. And so it's people that I guess took up arms against that too, and that might have been something that was happening like years before I was born, you feel me, already. Just something that was normal in society. And so that's what it was. It was people that I guess was the opposite of whatever they represented. And if they represented things like that, you know what I'm saying, against babies, then that's pretty bad, you feel me? That's understandable. Make you question, like, you know what I'm saying, like, but that's crazy. Like, so that's what it was. Some people that was in place, and then some people, let's just say it's people that want to hurt you, and it's people that want to protect you. Some of the people that wanted to protect me, you know what I'm saying, they had a safeguard for me, you know what I'm saying, when they realized that I was there. You feel me? When I realized that I was a child, that God had a blessing on my life, God showed them some kind of way, and they knew it, and they was right. And so they had a safeguard around me initially. Well, there was no way. So those that were against it thought that they wanted to hurt me. They felt like me being born in the lands was and having a blessing of God on me, I guess with my complexion or whatever, and also the fact that I was of Christian origins, then that was a threat to the founding fathers or something like that. And so it's crazy. So it was already evil, like I said, evil being premeditated, but there was no way possible that because of my safeguard I had at the time, it was no way possible that they could get through to be able to do anything to me or to be able to prey on me like that. So something had to happen. Something massive had to happen. You know what I'm saying? That'll shake up that safeguard. You feel me? Something massive had to happen around that time. Think about it, feel me? And if something massive like that happened, then that'll shake up the safeguard I had and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Then it'd be flooded situation. So guess what? Like, not long after, how old was I? Like 8 years old, feel me? Like 2 years later, you know? So it's like, I had traumatic event happen in that year. And they just say my safeguard was broken. Well, guess who that opens up the door for? Coincidentally, who been preying on this baby? So from age 3 to age 8, and ever since, my life been brutally preyed on by people who feel like me being blessed by God was a threat to the structures of the country.